The Caribbean Sea, a stage set for adventure, whispers tales of swashbuckling pirates and their daring exploits. The golden age of piracy, spanning roughly from the 1650s to the 1730s, saw the rise of infamous figures who sailed the seas under the black flag. These outlaws, driven by greed, ambition, and a thirst for freedom, left an indelible mark on history. Their stories, passed down through generations, continue to captivate our imagination. The Caribbean, a network of islands rich in resources and trade routes, became a breeding ground for piracy. Its geography, dotted with hidden coves and treacherous reefs, offered ideal hiding places for pirates to escape the grasp of authorities. The region's political climate, marked by rivalry between European powers, further fueled the flames of piracy. The line between privateer and pirate was often blurred. Privateers were private individuals or ships authorized by a government to attack and capture enemy vessels during wartime. They operated with the letter of marque, a legal document that granted them immunity for their actions. However, when peace treaties were signed, many privateers accustomed to the spoils of war turned to outright piracy to maintain their lucrative lifestyle. Life on a pirate ship was harsh and demanding. From the break of dawn until the sun dipped below the horizon, the crew was constantly engaged in various tasks. Whether it was mending sails, scrubbing the deck, or keeping a vigilant watch for enemy ships, there was always something to be done. The relentless work was physically exhausting, leaving little time for rest or leisure. The crew endured cramped quarters, limited rations, and the constant threat of disease. Below deck, the living conditions were far from comfortable. The quarters were tight, with hammocks strung up wherever space allowed. Privacy was a luxury that few could afford, and the smell of sweat and sea salt permeated the air. Meals were simple and often repetitive, consisting mainly of hardtack and salted meat. Disease was a constant companion, with scurvy and dysentery being common ailments. The lack of fresh fruits and vegetables made it difficult to maintain good health. Discipline was strict, and any sign of weakness could be seen as a liability. The harsh conditions tested the mettle of even the toughest sailors. Discipline was enforced through a code of conduct agreed upon by the crew. This code, known as the Articles, was a set of rules that everyone had to follow. It covered everything from the distribution of loot to the behavior expected during battle. Breaking the code could result in severe punishment, including flogging or even marooning. This code, known as the Articles, outlined the distribution of treasure, punishments for infractions, and even compensation for injuries sustained during battle. The Articles were a crucial part of pirate life, ensuring that everyone knew their rights and responsibilities. They provided a sense of order and fairness in an otherwise chaotic existence. The distribution of treasure was a particularly important aspect of the Articles. After a successful raid, the loot was divided according to the agreed-upon shares. The captain and officers typically received a larger portion, but every crew member was entitled to a share. This system helped to maintain morale and incentivize the crew to work together. Compensation for injuries sustained during battle was another key provision. Pirates who were injured in the line of duty could expect to receive a payout, which was often used to support them if they were unable to continue working. This form of insurance was rare in the maritime world and highlighted the unique social structure of pirate crews. Surprisingly, many pirate ships practiced a form of democracy, with the captain elected by the crew and subject to their vote. This democratic process ensured that the captain had the support of the crew and could be replaced if he failed to lead effectively. Decisions were often made collectively, with each crew member having a voice in important matters. The captain was elected by the crew and subject to their vote. This system of governance was in stark contrast to the rigid hierarchies found on naval ships. It allowed for a more egalitarian approach, where leadership was based on merit and the ability to command respect. The captain was subject to their vote, and this democratic approach extended to other aspects of pirate life. Decisions about raids, punishments, and even the ship's course were often made collectively. This sense of shared responsibility and mutual respect was a defining feature of pirate culture, setting them apart from other seafaring communities. Legends of the Sea Blackbeard, Calico Jack and Anne Bonny. These names have echoed through the annals of history, conjuring images of daring exploits, fierce battles, and the relentless pursuit of freedom on the high seas. Among the most notorious pirates of the Caribbean were Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, Calico Jack Rackham, and Anne Bonny. These figures were not just pirates. They were legends who left an indelible mark on maritime history. Blackbeard, feared for his menacing appearance and fiery beard, was a master of psychological warfare. He would weave slow-burning fuses into his beard and light them during battles, creating a terrifying image of a demon emerging from the smoke. With his flagship, the Queen Anne's Revenge, Blackbeard terrorized shipping lanes along the American coast and the Caribbean. His reign of terror was marked by ruthless tactics and a strategic mind that kept his enemies at bay. Calico Jack, known for his flamboyant clothing and charismatic personality, was a different kind of pirate. His colorful attire and bold demeanor made him a standout figure among his peers. He was not just a pirate, but a symbol of rebellion and freedom. Sailed with Anne Bonny, a skilled fighter who disguised herself as a man to join the pirate ranks. Anne Bonny's story is one of defiance and courage. She broke away from societal expectations and chose a life of adventure and danger. Alongside her was Mary Read, another female pirate who challenged societal norms. Mary, like Anne, disguised herself as a man to live the life of a pirate. Together they formed a formidable duo, proving that the pirate life was not just for men. These pirates, with their daring exploits and larger-than-life personas, have become legends of the sea. Their stories continue to captivate and inspire, reminding us of a time when the oceans were a wild frontier and freedom was won through courage and cunning. The legacy of Blackbeard, Calico Jack, and Anne Bonny lives on in the tales of their adventures, the artifacts they left behind, and the enduring fascination with the golden age of piracy. Their lives were a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire for freedom and adventure. Disrupting empires, piracy's impact on colonial powers. Piracy significantly impacted colonial trade and politics in the Caribbean. European powers, heavily invested in the region's sugar, tobacco, and silver trade, faced considerable losses due to pirate attacks. This disruption forced them to invest heavily in naval patrols and fortifications to protect their interests. The presence of pirates also challenged the authority of colonial governments and highlighted the vulnerabilities of their empires. Tales of treasure and triumph, famous pirate battles. Pirate history is replete with tales of audacious raids and daring escapes. The Battle of Ocracoke Inlet in 1718 saw the demise of Blackbeard, finally brought down by Lieutenant Robert Maynard and his British Navy forces. The capture of Calico Jack and his crew, including Anne Bonny and Mary Read, after a drunken revelry on board their ship, exemplified the unpredictable nature of a pirate's life. The waning tide, the decline of piracy in the Caribbean. By the mid-18th century, the golden age of piracy began to wane. The once thriving pirate strongholds that dotted the Caribbean were now facing unprecedented challenges. The allure of the pirate life, filled with promises of treasure and adventure, was beginning to lose its luster. European powers, determined to stamp out piracy, intensified their naval presence in the Caribbean. The British, Spanish, and French navies patrolled the waters with increased vigilance, making it increasingly difficult for pirates to operate with impunity. These naval forces were equipped with advanced weaponry and better ships, making them formidable adversaries for the pirates. They offered pardons to pirates willing to renounce their criminal ways. These pardons were part of a broader strategy to undermine the pirate community from within. By offering clemency, European powers hoped to encourage defections and reduce the number of active pirates. Many pirates, weary of the constant threat of capture and execution, accepted these offers and sought to reintegrate into society, and cracked down on pirate havens like Port Royal in Jamaica. Once a bustling hub of pirate activity, Port Royal was targeted by naval forces and gradually lost its status as a safe haven for pirates. The destruction of these havens was a significant blow to the pirate infrastructure, making it harder for them to find refuge and resupply. The romanticized image of the pirate began to fade. Stories of swashbuckling heroes gave way to the harsh realities of pirate life. The public's perception shifted as tales of brutality, betrayal, and the grim fate of many pirates became more widely known. Museums and historical accounts began to paint a more accurate picture of the pirates' existence, replaced by the reality of a dangerous and often short-lived existence. Many pirates faced capture, trials, and execution. The once glamorous life of a pirate was now seen as a perilous and often fatal endeavor. The decline of piracy in the Caribbean marked the end of an era as the region transitioned from a lawless frontier to a more controlled and regulated territory. The Jolly Roger's legacy pirates in popular culture. Despite their decline, pirates have secured a permanent place in popular culture. From literature and film to music and video games, pirates continue to fascinate and entertain. The image of the swashbuckling buccaneer, complete with an eye patch, peg leg, and parrot on his shoulder, has become an enduring archetype. Conclusion: the enduring allure of pirates. The pirates of the Caribbean, despite their often brutal methods, represent a spirit of adventure, rebellion, and a yearning for freedom. Their stories, passed down through generations, continue to captivate our imaginations, reminding us of a time when the high seas were a lawless frontier ripe with danger and opportunity. The allure of the pirate, the outlaw who lived by his own rules, continues to resonate with audiences today.